he was cheating on me lah. So initially, I think I was more in a daze. I couldn't really react or respond to it.
Behind every success story hides many struggles that other people don't see. The many shortcomings, failures, and the times when quitting seems better. But we learn from our experiences and keep growing. That's what it takes to be a woman of wealth. Sheryn is one of these strongest women. A single mom who has raised 2 kids while battling breast cancer. She has since been cancer-free for 4 years and counting. I've known Sheryn for almost 10 years. From an executive to right now the Assistant General Manager of V College. Sheryn has portrayed herself as a very soft person by nature, but she's a hawk inside. In V, we know one thing. If Sheryn gets angry, the sky is about to fall. Hi Sheryn, yes!
Hi Pauline.
This is always the thing that we have heard of you. Very soft-natured, very well-mannered, and you are one of the most patient person that I've always seen. Yeah, it's so difficult to get you to be like angry. Yeah, have you actually got angry before?
Have, of course. I think I've changed quite a bit, after I joined 8i. Initially, I wasn't. I feel that I have really it was a different person. It was more of like very, very independent. Also, I don't express my emotions easily. So maybe that is why you all feel that, okay, I'm very patient, I'm very zen, but it's probably because I don't show my expression, my feelings so easily. Yeah. Maybe I feel that it's not necessary to get angry with the person or during that period of time, at that point in time, it wouldn't help the matter. So I just take some deep breathing, then after that, if I need to resolve anything with the person, I can talk to the person after that. Yeah. And also, at that moment, probably it's not the best time for me to speak in terms of the choice of words and all. If I do get angry and I don't want after that to regret what I said before. So I rather wait for a while, before I do any talking.
So is this the way how you always handle relationship matters? Like, if there's anything that really someone probably, I would say to the very extreme, betrayed you, you would even say wait a while and then talk it out with the person.
Actually, that was what happened.
Your marriage, you mean?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. So tell us more about what happened to your marriage.
I think at that time when I found out that I was, being betrayed by my ex-husband, and then he was cheating on me lah. So initially, I think I was more in a daze. I couldn't really react or respond to it, but not the nice me, because definitely there was the anger, there was the disappointment in there. But I didn't know how to express it, and then I just chose to keep quiet.
So
I didn't throw out a big fuss or really fight over it or scream and shout over it. I didn't.
All right.
I didn't. But when I gave him the first chance and then it happened again, wow, I just...
If my hubby were to do this to me, I don't know, really. I don't think I can give him a second chance. I may have to tell you up front, right? But why you gave him that second chance?
Actually, I thought I wouldn't have given him a second chance because things didn't happen. So I thought it's like, before things happen, I always tell myself, okay, if I get betrayed in a marriage, there would be no second chance. But when it really happened, it's very different. I had 2 very young kids at that time.
How old were they then?
I think they were like 2 and 6 or around that age.
Yeah, 2 and 6.
Yes. Okay. So it's really very young and a lot of things to consider. And also because of love Then I just felt that he was so regretful already, remorseful.
Oh, he was.
He was. That's why I
Okay.
thought, okay, let's go for a second chance.
All right.
Yeah, but it didn't work out. So half a year later, I just decided to, okay, that's it.
How did you discover that he had someone?
Oh,
From what? Checking the SMS messages?
no, it was
Or accidentally pick up a phone call?
it was the third party who called. No, not called me, texted me.
Wow.
My ex felt that, okay, it is time to stop. And he didn't want to carry on with that relationship. So because he stopped, and that is why she was very angry, and then she texted me lah. Yeah, so that was what happened.
So it sounds like very much like those drama that really happened. Okay. And what did you do to salvage that relationship?
We talked a lot about it, and then we also agreed to put all this behind us to start afresh, and don't mention about what happened in the past already. Yeah, if we are serious on getting a brand new start lah. So that was what we did. Oh, we also went for counselling.
Went for counseling. Okay.
Yes.
Some marriage counseling.
Correct.
Yeah. But the leopard did not change its spots after that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, or rather fortunately.
So when did you know the second time? How long does it take?
It was half a year later only.
Half a year later. So, and did you kind of like confront him? Why is it that he really want to go back to that? I suppose it's the same woman, right?
No, it's a different.
Oh my God, it's a different woman. And how do you know then the second time that is real? I mean, you can sense it after that?
Yes, kind of sense. It was just before Chinese New Year. But I guess I was overly independent.
I see.
Yeah, so a lot of things, probably he didn't, I mean, upon reflecting, I think that probably he didn't feel that he was that important in the marriage.
Do you have that fear that, oh my God, he's gone? You know, you are going to rely probably on your own salary. Did that thought come to your mind?
Actually, it didn't.
Didn't.
It didn't.
Okay.
That was not really on my mind, like I will not have enough money for the family.
Yeah.
My focus was mainly on the children.
Yeah, to raise the
Yes.
two kids. They were very young during that time, like a 2 and a 6. And you need to work. So how do you manage as a single mom with both like young kids
Oh,
as well as
actually,
working?
at that time, his mom was still staying with me. So she stayed on for another, I think about 3 years or so.
To help you to take care of the children while you work.
Yeah.
You don't feel any...
Have.
Right. I mean, not your mom, you know, his mom, right?
I mean, I'm
Yes.
grateful to her that she helped to take care of the children. Otherwise, I don't think I can manage as well.
true.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Nowadays, women, it's not easy. We have to manage both career as well as a family. So I think many of us, especially in Singapore, we have a degree. We are supposed to be like highly educated. It doesn't make sense if we do not have a career of our own as well. But we also want to take care of the children to make sure that there is someone taking care of them rather than having a helper whom we don't know and we can't trust, right?
Yes.
So yes, I would always say, I mean, for you, you rely on your mother-in-law. I also relied on my mother-in-law who stayed with me. Yeah, so that I can also work during the daytime and she helps out, you know, to help to take care while I work when they were really young. I won't say the tragedy didn't end here. Yeah, so yes, a broken marriage, we can pick it up. Yeah, but something also struck. I think in 2017? Yeah.
2017.
Yeah, 2017. And at that point of time, I still remember you put me to a room. Wow, I tell you, my goosebumps start to come already. I always remember that scene, you know, we were at the printing room. You know, when you say you have something to say to me, I thought, Ma, you want to resign? Because every time when someone want to say this to me, I thought, someone want to resign. I said, I braced for that, you know. Okay, how am I going to, at the back of my mind, I was just thinking, how am I going to, you know, retain her? What's she going to say? You know, how am I going to react? That was what I had. Yet, something that you mentioned was you suspected that you have like breast cancer. You felt something and you went to see a doctor. Yeah, it's not that, of course, I'm happy that you didn't say the word resign, that you want to leave the company. But it's worse. You know, I didn't expect that to come from someone of my age whom is so healthy, because you are one of the most healthiest person I've actually seen to eat healthily and to take care of yourself. And that is the last thing that I would have thought. Yeah, really, you know. So maybe you want to share with us how you felt during that moment when it's like the doctor tell you about this.
I was in shock. But I probably was in a denial mode until I heard from the doctor. So that moment I felt that I didn't cry. I don't know, I just was in a state of shock. It took a while to really sink in. And yeah, you know why? Because the doctor, when she saw me, right, she didn't say congratulations, everything is okay. She did some small talk. So I thought, okay, it must be it. Otherwise, she wouldn't be saying all these things. So true enough, yeah.
At that point of time, have you thought of the worst case scenario?
No, I didn't. I know that I will be able to overcome it.
Wow.
Yeah. So the word death didn't appear in my mind at all. It was more of like, okay, so is this really true? I want to get a second opinion or even a third opinion. And then I informed my parents about it. And then back in the office, I told you all, you know. But it was more of like, yeah, what should I do about it?
So how did your family react, like your parents?
I thought if I didn't have a healthy lifestyle or if there's a family history, then the chances of getting cancer is higher. But apparently it's not true. So I was like, so how come? How did it happen to me? When everything was over, right? I felt that happened because I needed to pause in my life. Yeah, I needed a pause. I needed to rethink what I'm doing with my life, how I am living my life. So that is the afterthought after everything happened.
How did you tell your two children at the point of time that mommy has breast cancer? How old were they? I'm not sure whether they understand about what's breast cancer.
They were 9 and 12.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe the 12-year-old would know something?
Yeah. Kind of know. Actually, I also do not know whether he knows or don't know. But I just sat them down, as a matter of fact, and then I shared with them what the doctor said, and I told them what kind of treatment I'll be going through. And I told them that mommy will be fine. All I need them to do is to be with me, to support me, and then give me hugs, when I need them, and be here to encourage me.
You're just so positive. That's what I can say. Can you imagine how she speaks, right? And she's so composed, so demure. Every time I'm with her, I always felt that I'm the hawk, But inside, she's the strong one. And she will be so optimistic to say, no, I will go through this. I'll overcome it. Okay, I just need your support to be with me. Was that a stress for you at that point of time in terms of finances, with medical treatment plus taking care of the family? Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was very stressful on me. My parents did say that if I need financial support, they will definitely jump in to help. And then the regret was that my insurance, right, for the rider, I didn't max it out. So I could only claim 70%. And I didn't know cancer treatment is so expensive.
It is.
Plus the surgery, I think the whole bill was about 110,000.
That was is the whole treatment or just that operation alone?
The whole treatment, the chemotherapy and the hormone therapy and the surgery. So I think it came out to about 110,000.
And this $110,000 is after subsidies?
No, I went to a private doctor.
Okay. So you have a choice to go to a private doctor because you have insurance.
Yes.
Yeah. So one thing I want to highlight, ladies, okay, or any audiences, you are watching this YouTube video. insurance, especially hospitalization and surgical insurance, is very, very important. Do not save on it.
Totally agree.
Yes.
I must say that I'm really, really very lucky because at that time, the company, our HC, our human resource colleague Lynn, because we speak quite a bit. Then she thought of an idea, which after that then she shared with me, which is to pool money together from the team members. Wow, that was really a very sweet gesture from the company. So she said, yeah, don't worry, just go and get treated and recover, focus on your recovery. Finances part, right? We will support you in whatever way we can. Yeah, so she made it happen.
Yes, I still remember that year our human resource asked each and every one of us, it's on a voluntary basis for those, because we do have a certain budget individually. So they asked us, any one of you would like to so-called donate it out? All right, so that is where we put in the funds, okay, and many of us actually contributed, donated. All right, if we don't need to use, even we need to use, we think that Sheryn needs is more than any one of us at that point of time. So they pull it out, and so it helps in terms of the treatment, because after that you have to go on a no pay leave, right? Yeah. How long a break did you take from work to focus on your body?
I think I took a 6 months break.
The whole of the treatment take about 6 months, or you took longer than that?
The hormone therapy took a year. Yeah, but I decided to come back to work after 6 months.
After 6 months?
Yeah.
And I heard you went through certain programs before starting the surgery as well as the chemo. Yeah. So maybe you want to share with us, how did you prepare yourself for this treatment?
Okay.
It's a good chance for you to say something to your parents.
Well, I said it to them before, but then I think I want to do it again. So, Pa, Ma, thank you very much.